Hi guys, this is Chris for Drums Bonedo. Today it's all about the latest version of the Tama Imperialstar 5-piece drum set. Enjoy! Tama has given their longtime top seller, the Imperialstar, a facelift and some new features. In addition, the price has gone up a bit, while the more affordable Tama StageStar, which I recently made a video about here, has been added. Let's take a look at what the Imperialstar has to offer and whether it's worthwhile for beginners. Today I have the smaller version here, consisting of a 20x16 bass drum, 2 toms, a 10x7 and 12x8, as well as a 14x12 floor tom. The set also includes a wooden snare in the size 14x5. The wrap of the set is called Electric Yellow and looks really eye-catching. The wooden bass drum hoops are also covered with the same wrap. The set also includes a 5-piece hardware set from the Stagemaster series. The stands are all double braced and appear robust, so you can plan on using them for your first live gigs. I think it's cool that both cymbal stands have the Tama quick change felts installed. The somewhat simpler hi-hat machine unfortunately has no adjustable spring tension and no cutout thread in the clutch. But the lower section can be rotated, so if you start playing on a double pedal at some point, no problem. The Iron Cobra 200 pedal with a power glide cam also makes a very good impression. The 2 small toms are mounted on the bass drum and can be adjusted quite flexible with a holder. I would only have liked slightly longer legs for the floor tom. So if you sit very high or a very tall person, you may reach the limits here. The cymbal set is a Meinl HCS brass set consisting of a 14-inch hi-hat, 16-inch crash and as well as a 20-inch ride. The set even includes a pretty good drum stool with a medium-sized seat. Before the playing fun can begin, the bass drum and floor tom still need to be fitted with heads. While the bass drum heads seem quite robust, Tama has noticeably cut corners with the single-ply better heads and especially the very thin resonant heads of the toms. In my opinion, it would be really cool if the manufacturers in general would do something about this in the future in terms of sustainability. The wooden snare has the usual combination of coated better head and a clear resonant head. The shells of the Imperialstar are made of 8mm thick poplar wood and are very well made for their price point. All heads fit cleanly over the edges, only the snare better head is a little tighter. But with the branded head that you will hear later, I had no problems. Also, tuning the whole set is a breeze, as all screws run smoothly and evenly. For the recordings I placed a damping pillow in the bass drum, but this is not included. All in all, the set with the factory heads and the Meinl HCS cymbals make a good impression. The cymbals feel a little stiff, but don't sound as harsh and penetrating as many other inexpensive entry-level models. The tonal balance between bass drum, toms and snares also fine. And if you listen closely, you can hear the cheap resonant heads, which always sound a bit fluttery, especially on the floor tom. So for the second take, I swapped the better heads on the toms and snare for Evans brand models. The snare now has an UV1, the small toms 2-ply black onyx and the 14-inch floor tom a G2 clear. Unfortunately, I didn't have a suitable onyx in that size. I also gave the bass drum a ported resonant head. As you can hear, the set sounds like a good mid-range set with branded heads, which basically leaves nothing to be desired with the exception of the cymbals. As with other Poplar sets, the Imperialstar is easy to record, the shells don't produce as many overtones and have less cut than maple or birch, but still sound balanced. The snare in particular has a real glow up with a UE1 head. So, here's a final take with 3 cymbals from my collection, so that you can compare how the set sounds with professional cymbals. Okay, here comes my conclusion. For just under 1000 euros, the Tama Imperialstar is a well-equipped set that is aimed at ambitious beginners. You can get really good sounds out of the drums. The snare sounds crisp and funky and has a good snare response. In contrast to the lower priced beginner sets, you are also equipped for the future and your first live gigs with the sturdy stance and the smooth running foot pedal. So if you practice for hours every week and drumming is your big hobby, the Imperialstar is worth it. The hi-hat machine, which as I already mentioned has no adjustable spring tension, has some minor drawbacks. The 3 minor HCS cymbals sound okay and not so penetrating and are appropriate for the first steps on the instrument. Tama only cuts corners when it comes to the heads, especially the resonant heads of the toms. You could simply expect more for the price here. So, what's your opinion on the Imperialstar? Write it in the comments. That's it for today. If you liked the video, please hit the thumbs up button. You can leave a comment, and if you're interested in checking out the Tama Imperialstar, you can scan this code with your smartphone or check out the purchase links in the description down below. I hope to see you next time. Until then, bye!